My first job. Emma was a 19-year-old girl. She had just finished high school and was very excited about her future. Since she was a little girl, she always wanted to help people. Her dream was to work in a hospital and take care of sick people. Before Emma got her first job, she lived in a small town with her parents and younger brother. Her town was quiet, with many trees and friendly neighbors. Emma loved her town, but she wanted to see more of the world. She wanted to go to a big city and learn new things. Emma decided to go to a nursing school after high school. She studied very hard because she wanted to be the best nurse she could be. She learned about taking care of patients, giving medicine, and helping doctors. She also learned how to stay calm in emergencies. Emma loved her classes, and she made many new friends there. One day, during her training, Emma's teacher, Ms. Rose, asked her, "Emma, why do you want to be a nurse?" Emma thought for a moment and said, "I want to help people feel better. I want to make them smile even when they are sick." Ms. Rose smiled and said, "That's a wonderful reason. You will make a great nurse." After 2 years of hard work and study, Emma graduated from nursing school. She was very proud of herself, and so were her parents. Now, it was time to find a job. Emma applied to many hospitals in the city. She was very nervous, but also excited. She wanted to start working and helping people. One day, Emma got a call from a big hospital in the city. They wanted to hire her. Emma was so happy. She packed her bags and moved to the city. It was a big change from her small town, but Emma was ready for the adventure. On her first day at the hospital, Emma felt nervous. The hospital was very large, with many doctors, nurses, and patients. Emma's boss, Mrs. Johnson, was very kind. She showed Emma around the hospital and introduced her to everyone. Emma was happy to see that everyone was friendly. Emma's job was to help the nurses and take care of the patients. She worked in the children's ward, where many sick children stayed. Emma loved children, so she was very happy with her job. She helped the children with their meals, played games with them, and talked to them when they felt sad. The children liked Emma very much because she was always smiling and kind. One day, Emma met a little boy named Jack. Jack was very sick and very scared. Emma sat next to him and said, "Hi, Jack. My name is Emma. I am here to help you. Do you like stories?" Jack nodded and whispered, "Yes." Emma smiled and said, "Great. I will tell you a story about a brave knight who fought a dragon." As Emma told the story, Jack listened carefully and started to relax. He even smiled a little. Emma was happy to see that she could make him feel better. One of Emma's favorite parts of the job was making friends with her coworkers. She met Anna, another young nurse, who became her best friend. Anna was funny and always knew how to make Emma laugh. They worked together every day and helped each other with their tasks. Sometimes, funny things happened at the hospital. One day, a little boy named Timmy was playing with a balloon. The balloon flew up to the ceiling and Timmy started to cry. Emma and Anna tried to get the balloon down, but it was too high. Anna laughed and said, "Emma, we need to be taller." Finally, Dr. Smith, a tall doctor, came and got the balloon for Timmy. Everyone laughed, and Timmy was happy again. Another time, a cat somehow got into the hospital. The cat ran around the hallways, and everyone tried to catch it. Emma and Anna chased the cat, but it was very fast. Finally, Mr. Brown, the janitor, caught the cat and took it outside. It was a crazy day, but everyone laughed about it later. One evening, Emma was very tired after a long day. She sat in the break room, rubbing her eyes. Anna came in and said, "Emma, are you okay?" Emma sighed and said, "Sometimes it's just so hard. I want to help everyone, but it's so tiring." Anna sat next to her and said, "I know, but think about all the smiles you bring to the children. You make a big difference, Emma." Emma smiled and said, "Thanks, Anna. You always know how to make me feel better." Working in the hospital was not always easy. Sometimes, Emma felt very tired after a long day. She saw many sick children and wanted to help them all. Some days were very sad, but Emma knew she was making a difference. She remembered why she wanted to be a nurse and kept working hard. Emma's parents were very proud of her. They called her every week to see how she was doing. Emma told them about her new friends, the funny things that happened, and how much she loved her job. They knew Emma was happy and doing what she loved. One day, Emma met a new patient named Lucy. Lucy was very sick and felt very sad. Emma spent a lot of time with Lucy, talking to her and playing games. Slowly, Lucy started to feel better. She smiled more and even laughed. One morning, Lucy said, "Emma, you are my favorite nurse. You always make me happy." Emma felt very touched and said, "Thank you, Lucy. You are very brave and strong." When Lucy went home, she gave Emma a big hug and said, "Thank you for everything." Emma knew she had made a big difference in Lucy's life. Emma's days were filled with many different experiences. One day, she had to help with a very special task. Mrs. Johnson came to her and said, "Emma, today we have a new doctor starting. Can you show him around the children's ward?" Emma was a bit nervous, but agreed. The new doctor, Dr. Thomas, was very friendly. He asked Emma many questions about the children and how they were doing. Emma said, "Dr. Thomas, the children here are very brave. They love when we tell them stories and play games with them. It helps them feel better." Dr. Thomas smiled and said, "Thank you, Emma. I can see you care a lot about your patients. You are doing a great job." One day, Emma was working with a little girl named Mia. Mia loved drawing, but she was too sick to get out of bed. Emma brought some paper and crayons to Mia's bed. "Let's draw together," Emma said. Mia smiled and started to draw. Emma drew a big sun and a house. Mia drew flowers and a big tree. "Emma, can you draw a unicorn?" Mia asked. Emma laughed and said, "I will try my best." She drew a funny-looking unicorn, and Mia giggled. "You are a great artist," Mia said. Emma's days were not always easy, but they were very rewarding. She loved seeing the children smile and knowing she was helping them. Emma learned many new things and became a very good nurse. She made many more friends and had many more funny and happy experiences. Emma loved her job and was proud of the work she did every day. Even though Emma sometimes missed her small town, she knew she was in the right place. She was helping people and making the world a better place, one patient at a time. Emma's first job was a big adventure, and it was only the beginning of her wonderful journey as a nurse. One day, Emma and Anna were taking care of a group of children who were playing in the hospital playroom. Suddenly, one of the children, a little girl named Sophie, started to cry. Emma quickly went to her and asked, "Sophie, what's wrong?" Sophie pointed to her knee and said, "I fell and hurt my knee." Emma looked at Sophie's knee and saw a small scrape. She smiled and said, "It's okay, Sophie. Let me clean it and put a bandage on it. You'll feel better soon." As Emma cleaned the scrape and put a colorful bandage on Sophie's knee, she said, "You are very brave, Sophie. Do you want to hear a funny story while I take care of your knee?" Sophie nodded, still sniffling. Emma told her a silly story about a dog who loved to wear hats. By the time she finished, Sophie was giggling and had forgotten all about her hurt knee. One evening, Emma was finishing her shift when Mrs. Johnson came to her and said, "Emma, you did a great job today. The children really love you. Keep up the good work." Emma felt very proud and said, "Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. I love working here and helping the children." Mrs. Johnson smiled and said, "We're lucky to have you, Emma." Another memorable day was when the hospital organized a special event for the children. They brought in clowns, magicians, and even a small petting zoo. Emma and Anna helped organize the event and made sure all the children could participate. One of the clowns, Mr. Giggles, came up to Emma and said, "Would you like to help me with a magic trick?" Emma laughed and said, "Sure, Mr. Giggles. What do I need to do?" Mr. Giggles handed Emma a big, colorful box and said, "Hold this box and say abracadabra on my signal." Emma held the box and, on Mr. Giggles' signal, she said, abracadabra. To her surprise, a bunch of balloons popped out of the box, making all the children laugh and clap. Emma was surprised and happy to be part of the fun. After the event, Anna said to Emma, "Today was amazing. The children had so much fun, and it was great to see them so happy." Emma nodded and said, "Yes, it was a wonderful day. I feel so lucky to be here and be part of their lives." Working at the hospital taught Emma many things. She learned how to care for sick children, how to work as part of a team, and how to stay positive even when things were tough. Emma knew that being a nurse was her true calling, and she was determined to continue working hard and helping people. As the months went by, Emma became more confident in her job. She developed strong bonds with the children, their families, and her coworkers. She knew that she was making a difference in their lives, and that made her very happy. One day, Emma received a letter from Lucy, the little girl she had helped earlier. The letter said, "Dear Emma, thank you for taking care of me and making me feel better. I am doing well now and I miss you. You are the best nurse ever. Love, Lucy." Emma was very touched by the letter. She showed it to Anna and said, "This is why I love my job. Knowing that I can make a difference in someone's life is the best feeling in the world." Anna smiled and said, "You are an amazing nurse, Emma. The children are lucky to have you." Emma knew that her journey as a nurse was just beginning. She had many more patients to help, many more friends to make, and many more adventures to experience. Emma's first job at the hospital was a big adventure, and it was only the beginning of her wonderful journey as a nurse. Emma's story is a reminder that with hard work, dedication, and a kind heart, you can achieve your dreams and make a difference in the world. She was proud of her accomplishments and excited for the future. Emma knew that she would continue to learn and grow, and that she would always be there to help those in need.